All right, let's see what y'all got. All right, so by seeing the x squared on top, we know we got to factor the top, right? And I know it's going to be x times x. Hey, what are my factors of 15?
3 and 5.
3 and 5. All right, Matthew, which one's going to be positive, which one's going to be negative?
Positive 5, negative 3.
Yep. Anybody got a question? Now look, you can also do it this way. When you subtract in Matthew, you know you got to get positive 2, and the only way you can do that is if 5 is positive, 3 is negative. All right, so I mark out x plus 5. I bring down x minus 3. All right, we got to graph it. Matthew, where do I go to start that graph?
Negative 3 down.
All right. What's my rise over run?
1 and 1.
Y'all got this. All right, last thing we got to do is find out where the hole is. So the hole comes from what you marked out. Well, if I marked out x plus 5 equals 0, don't forget, you got to move the plus 5 over. So your hole is actually at negative 5. So here's negative 5. Mine's going to be off the graph. I don't know about yours. Negative 5 is right here. All right, and that's how you do number 1. You guys do number 2 by yourself. If you got a question, raise your hand or ask somebody that sits around you. Same kind of problem. All right, so I should be able to show you guys number 3, and then y'all should be able to do 4 and 5. All right, all this is on your quiz Thursday. All right, so I know 3, 4, and 5 are different problems because it's got written for you VA and HA. All right, the VA is the easy one to find. How do we do it? What do I bring down? X plus 2 equals 0. Does everybody understand how we got negative 2 for our vertical asymptote? So you need to put a dotted line at negative 2, and everybody should have 2 color pencils. If you don't, I can bring you some. Y'all don't have any? I'll bring you some. 2 right there. 2 right here. All right, let's finish it up. Now watch, this is the part y'all get mixed up on when you get mixed up. If we had 4x over x plus 2, if we had an x up top, you would have to divide 4 divided by 1, you would write y equals 4, right? But we don't have an x up top. And when you don't have an x up top, it's automatically 0 for your horizontal. All right, so for our horizontal, let's put, now the last thing y'all got to do is plug in your 4 points and graph it. I think everybody can do that. So Brianna said plug in -3, -4, -1, and 0. And remember, it doesn't matter the order that you write those numbers down in. Any order you want. Plug them in your calculator and graph it. All right, this is like our 3rd or 4th day doing these type graphs, so it should start sinking in. I will walk around and check your 4 and 5 on your paper, and then we'll do the stuff on the back, which we've only had one other class day. And again, all right, I believe we've only done this one other day. So the front you should have known, the back you might have forgotten a little bit. All right, so look, I want you to draw your parent graph first. Now, we did it last week. You should know what that looks like. What if you forgot what it looks like? How can you figure it out? You put it in your calculator. Remember, if you guys will hit the y equals button, top left-hand corner, type in x squared and graph, it will show you, okay, these are going to be parabolas used right in the center. So I need you guys to draw your parent graph right in the center. If you forget, you can just plug it in your calculator. All right, so for number 6, there are 3 things we have to change. Start in the back. Where's this going to move the graph? Down 4. If that would have been a plus 4, you'd go up 4. All right? Parentheses are going to move the graph right or left, but don't forget, if that's x plus 2 equals 0, and you move it over, you got to flip the sign. That's really a negative 2, which means what? Left 2. And last, you have a minus sign, which will do what? It flips it. That's a reflection. So I'm just going to write flip. If you want to write reflect, that's fine. So now we got a graph. Go down 4, left 2, put a point right here. All right, it says we've got to flip it. Does it say we've got to shrink it or compress it or anything? No. So I'm going to draw the same size parabola as what I drew right here. I'm just going to flip it over. All right, number 7. All right, we always start from the back. Where's plus 5 going to move it? Up 5. Let's keep going. Where's this going to move it? Right 3. Now, do I have to flip number 7? No, because I don't see a negative sign in front, but it does have a fraction. What does a fraction do? A fraction compresses it. And when you compress it, it gets fat. If you press down on it, it gets fat. What if I stretch it out? It gets skinnier. Fraction is when you press it, compress it. So you can write fat. I'm going to write compress. All right, so I go up 5 and right 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. I don't have to flip it, but I do have to draw it really, really fat. Make sure it's fatter than what your first one was, and I won't have to mark any points on it. All right, number 8 is missing. Now look, I put parentheses. I don't think y'all have parentheses on your number 8. You don't, so what does that mean we get to skip? The part about going right or left, you just get to leave it off. Start off down 2. Now I got a fraction again, so again I got to compress it. And I've got a minus, which is a reflection. So I'm going to write flip. Down 2, put a point. I got to flip it, and I got to make it really fat. All right, so you guys should be able to do 9, 10, and 11. Do them the same way. All right, so we got a V right in the center, I'm guessing. Looks like that. Good, let's do it. All right, so let's go to 9. 9 doesn't have a number on the back, so I don't have to go up or down, but this one's going to be right 4 and a flip. So right 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then flip it. All right, y'all try 10 and 11. All right, so the next one I got up 5, I got left 3, and I got to compress it right. All right, here's the problem I saw in some of your papers. Up 5 and left 3 is right here. Put a point. All right, do I have to flip this one? No, but guys, you do have to make it fatter, and looking at your paper, some of you guys had it the same size as your original parent graph. You got to show me, hey, it's much fatter, much wider. All right, try 11. Now these are V's now, not parabolas, these are V's. All right, so I'm going down 1, right 2. I know I gotta flip it because there's a minus in front. Now look, this one's got a 4. If it's a fraction, I know I make it fatter. What about if it's an integer, a number that's not a fraction? Yeah, you're gonna stretch it and that makes it skinny. So you can write skinny if you want to. I'm gonna write stretch. All right, so down 1, right 2 is here, make it skinny. All right, it'd be a good time for a bathroom break if you gotta go. We'll come back. We got new stuff when you come back.